We've decided to do things a little differently.
And they don't involve campgrounds.
That's right, we've decided to take our time, meander on down to San Antonio, and along the way we're going to hit as many Harvest Hosts and Boondockers Welcome as possible.
And I'm sure you guys had already figured that out. We do like our Harvest Hosts.
So the first place we stopped, we stayed overnight last night, was at a winery and craft beer joint. And really I think it's optimal during the spring and summertime when it's not so cold, because they usually have a ton of people out playing in the yard. It was nice. We met with the owner. It's a little mom and pop spot, and we slept like a rock, which is the most important thing.
I'm telling you, last night the temps dipped down into the low 40s. Slept great.
And instead of going just due south, we're actually going to head west and curve around. So today we'll be headed toward Fredericksburg.
Here we go.
Our second Harvest Host along our trip is 290 Vinery.
Yeah, and it was a really good stop. They had really good wine. I'm not a wine guy, but what I tasted of Stacy's was pretty good.
Now, we are slowly headed toward Fredericksburg, and I gotta tell you, if you are going to Fredericksburg, which is wine country or the Texas Hill Country, whatever you want to call it, this is the best way to see Fredericksburg.
It's something that we've been wanting to do since we started our full timing, and we've cut through there. We just have never stopped and smelled the roses per se, or the vines, so that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, so there are a ton of Harvest Hosts up here at wineries and breweries and just cool off-the-wall places. So we're gonna hit as many as we can as we head to Fredericksburg and then to San Antonio.
And I gotta add that we did try out a brewery here right down the street from the winery. It was called Pecan Street Brewery. Very good brew, very good grub.
And that was our second time there. We actually came up, a few years ago and checked it out. So it's still delicious. Our next Harvest Host is only 20 minutes away. So I think this time we're not hooking up.
No, I think she's either gonna follow me or I'm gonna follow her, one of the two. But for 20 minutes, I can make do. I can turn the music up loud.
Time for some girl time.
This is the good life. This is the good life. Out in the sunshine, nothing but good times. This is the good life. This is the good life.
The first thing we usually do when we pull into a Harvest Host is to go check in, let them know we're here, and make sure we're parked where they want us to park. We don't want to take up any space in their parking lot, so we always go in and make sure we are good. We are all good, and this location doesn't have food, but they do have a charcuterie board, which will make Phil very happy, because as you guys know, he's not much of a wine drinker, but he is a very good eater. When you stay at a Harvest Host, it doesn't mean you can't go out and explore the area.
Right, we parked about 9 miles down the road and we took off checking out the local area. Pretty cool.
So we were at High Market, which actually is a very tiny old post office that was built in 1905, and apparently Lyndon B. Johnson mailed his very first letter at age 4 from this post office.
Who knew? I didn't know. And you know how Stacy is. She likes to research before we go out and about, just so she knows kind of.
I can torment him.
Yeah. And here's a fun fact that Stacy threw upon me. In 1965, from the steps of this post office here, he appointed the, first Postmaster General?
Not the first.
Oh, not the first. Okay.
I believe that was, wasn't that Benjamin Franklin, the first?
Probably.
Anyway, it definitely wasn't the first.
He appointed a Postmaster General from the steps of this post office here during his presidency. There we go. That's what I meant to say.
And if you come to this area, there is a lot to do here other than eating and drinking wine. Lyndon B. Johnson does have a state park here. That's really cool. It's one of those living museum kind of places. And the best place to come is Enchanted Rock State Park, where you can hike up this huge rock, which we won't be doing this time because Phil's knee will not allow it.
Yeah, but we have done it, and it is pretty cool.
It's
I can
very
vouch
cool.
for that. Yeah.
Ton of trails at that park. It's really cool. This isn't the first time we've bounced around from Harvest Host to Harvest Host. The first time was in 2019 up in the New England area.
And we had a ton of fun doing that, and we did that for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, we did intermittently stay at Boondockers Welcome as well because we could stay there a little bit longer than Harvest Hosts. But we were hanging out with our friends Al and Angie, and we had the best time. The beauty of Harvest Hosts is they can be an overnight as well as an actual destination.
Yeah, and above all, it can be a ton of fun, and that's exactly what we had there. Yeah.
But don't think Harvest Hosts are all about alcohol, because they have a ton of places that you can stay at, museums and golf courses and
Farms. We stayed at a farm. I forget where we were at, but it was an organic farm, and they took us out to the fields and they let us pick our own veggies.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
release a blog post that has our top 5 Harvest Hosts that have nothing to do with alcohol.
Yep.
So click that and see if there are any locations that you think you would like to stay at.
Yeah, you know, we talk about breweries and wineries all the time because we like those, but there are a ton of Harvest Hosts out there that, for those non-drinkers, you can visit just as many, trust us.
We're packing it up to get ready to leave our 4th Harvest Host in a row.
That's right. We've been bouncing around Fredericksburg now. What was that?
Nothing, I smiled. See, that's what I get.
So what I was saying is we've been bouncing around Fredericksburg, Texas, for the last week or so, and it has been really relaxing.
We love it here.
We're rolling out of here going to a full hookup campground for 3 days, and, you know, we can do some laundry. That's what we really need to do.
Yeah, that's it. Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, we have the rig is fired up right now. I don't know if you can hear Ruby back here purring, but she's ready to go. But we haven't we haven't hooked the Jeep up to tow because we've only been going, you know, 20-25 minutes down the road. So it's been pretty nice.
And actually, this is probably my favorite Harvest Host because literally we are in the middle of nowhere. There was no noise last night, nobody here, and unfortunately the Harvest Host itself was closed yesterday, so we couldn't go in and partake. But let me tell you, talk about peace and quiet.
Yeah, the only sound we really had, or noise that we had, was a donkey behind us serenading us every now and then, and he was one happy fella.
You mean the ass was running his mouth?
Yeah, and it wasn't
I can
this
totally
guy.
understand that.
It wasn't this guy. It was.
I hear that a lot.
It was one over there. See what I have to put up with?